This is more properties of parallelograms. Okay, we're going to learn lots of things about parallelograms in this chapter. Remind me the things we know already. Opposite angles are congruent. Consecutive angles are supplementary. Opposite sides are congruent. Okay? Okay, so Theorem 6.6 says this. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, this is the way the book always does parallelogram, but my parallelograms are always messy. So I always just do the parallel lines with the word gram behind it. Parallelogram. Then its diagonals, any guesses? Because you proved it like a half hour ago with me. Bisect each other. Okay. So if this is truly a parallelogram, then the diagonals will bisect each other. That means that these two segments will be congruent and these two segments congruent. It does not mean that all four are congruent. Okay, so in other words, in this picture, we're saying that AO will be congruent to OC, and we're saying that BO will be congruent to OD. Okay? So the diagonals in every single parallelogram, that means a square, that means a rectangle, that means just a general old parallelogram, a rhombus. Every parallelogram that you come across is going to have bisected diagonals. Okay? So if that's the case, then look at this. It says solve to find A and B, and then what are HJ and IK? What are the lengths of those diagonals? What can we do? What's the setup? Set what equal?
Like A plus 2 is equal to B.
Mm-hmm.
Equal to T.
A plus 2 is equal to B, and A is equal to 2B minus 8. Now, we can't solve either one of those right now because they both have two variables. So what are we going to do? Do you have a question or an answer? Oh, yeah. What are you going to do?
We're going to put 2B minus 8 plus 2 equals B because we're going to replace the A with 2B.
Okay, so you have two options here, right? We could take this value and drop it in for A, right? Substitution. Or you could take A plus 2 and drop it in for B, okay? Be careful if you do that one, because that one would require that you put parentheses. So 2 parentheses A plus 2, right? If you're going to do it that way. I would do it the way Nico just said. So if A is equal to 2B minus 8, then we're going to say 2B minus 8, right? That's A, plus 2 should equal B. And then solve from there. So this is going to be 2B, negative 8 plus 2 would be a negative 6. Which way do you want to move it? Move your B over, move your 2B over?
2B.
You don't mind negatives? Move the 2B. So if we take away the 2B, then we get, sorry, this is getting a little, so this is 1B minus 2B is a negative 1B equals a negative 6. So divide by negative 1, and your B value is 6. Yeah.
Where did the A go for the...
So we substituted, right? We said A is the same as 2B minus 8 because A is equal to 2B minus 8. So we took out the A and we put in the 2B minus 8 because we know that A is equal to 2B minus 8.
Why wouldn't we just do the parentheses and put where the B is for 2B? Why would we put A plus 2?
You absolutely can. That's the other way I said, but that one you have to use parentheses to make sure that you distribute. So it's just it's an extra step, but it's not wrong. If you did it the other way, you would say A equals 2 times, then drop in the A plus 2 minus 8, right? And that'll get you the same thing. You'll get to the same point, just in a different order. Now we solve for A instead first, but we solve for B. Okay, so if I know what B is, then bring that up here to find A. A is equal to 2 times my B value, which is 6, minus 8. So 12 minus 8. So A is 4. Okay. Would you rather plug it in here?
No, I accidentally wrote A plus 2 equals 6. Like, I accidentally made
Oh, no, that's a B.
I accidentally made my B a 6.
But B is 6. Yeah, so that worked out. You saw my B and you thought 6. Any questions on that? So diagonals will always do what? In a parallelogram? Bisect each other. Diagonals will always bisect each other. Okay, second theorem, final theorem, short lesson today. This one says if 3 or more parallel lines, okay, so notice that's these markings here. These 3 lines are parallel. If 3 or more parallel lines cut off congruent segments, which my picture does not do a great job of looking congruent, but we'll pretend. On one transversal, then they will cut off, I'm just going to do the symbol, congruent segments on every transversal that goes through them. Okay, so here's what that means. In this picture, if these 2 segments are congruent, then we know that DE and EF will also be congruent to each other, not to the other ones, okay? Because if we cut it off at a sharper angle, they're going to be different. So basically what this means is if, I'm going to call these lines X, Y, and Z. If X is parallel to Y, which is parallel to Z, right? If those lines are parallel and AB is congruent to BC, then we can say DE will be congruent to what? EF. Okay, so if the lines are parallel and the chunks that they break into are all congruent, which I know mine don't look congruent, but we're pretending, right? Same thing on this next one. They're not exactly the same. Then the other segments that cut them off will also be the same. Okay? All right, so look at example 4 here. It says AB equals BC equals CD, which equals 3. So AB is 3, BC is 3, and CD is 3. That's this length. 3, 3, 3. Okay. Also notice that they told us all of these lines are parallel. So if the lines are parallel and those segments are congruent, then all our other segments are congruent to each other. Well, they're telling us in the given, in the directions, that EF is 2.5. What is FG? 2.5. What is GH? 2.5. Okay, so each one of these little segments is 2.5. The question is, what is EH? Right, you just take those 3 lengths and you add them together, or 2.5 times 3. There are 3 segments that are 2.5 units long, so 7.5 would be the length of EH. Last one. Take a look at that one. FE is 4. We want to find the value of ED and FD. What is ED? ED. It's 4. Yeah. If FE is 4, and these are parallel, and these are congruent, right? 5 and 5. Then these ones over here have to be congruent as well. So if FE is 4, then this one has to be 4 too. So ED has a length of 4. What's FD? Add them together. 4 plus 4 is 8 units. Questions on that? Short and sweet and to the point, right? Say this on the video. 6-2 quiz. is going to include opposite angles are congruent, opposite sides are congruent, consecutive angles are supplementary, diagonals bisect each other, and if you cut this last theorem that we just did, right? If you take something like this and the one set of segments is congruent, then all sets of segments will be congruent. So let's just do one real quick parallelogram. Okay, we're gonna call this A, B, C, D. Tell me something you know about this parallelogram.
A, B is equal to DC.
Say it again. AB is congruent to DC. AB is congruent to DC. We know that. What else do you know? Someone new. Let's see. Who wants it? Tiffany, can you tell me something about this parallelogram? Anything that you know? Do you know any angles that are congruent?
A and C.
A is congruent to C. Okay. Enrique, can you tell me something else about this parallelogram that you know?
D and B are congruent.
Angle D is congruent to angle B. Jonas, can you tell me anything else you know about this parallelogram? Maybe kind of stemming from this. Those are congruent.
AB is congruent to DC.
That's one we named. The other ones.
A.
AD congruent to BC. Okay, so opposite sides are congruent, opposite angles are congruent. That's what we've done so far. Angle A plus angle D equals what? 180. Those are same side interiors, right? And you can do that all the way around. I'm not going to list that all the way around, but A plus B is 180, B plus C is 180, C plus D is 180, right? Okay, if I draw a diagonal here, ooh, pretend that's a straight line, and a diagonal there, and I call this point X. Is there anything else you know about this parallelogram right now? What is AX congruent to?
X.
XC. Yep. What is DX congruent to? BX. Okay, so diagonals bisect. Opposite angles are congruent. Consecutive angles are supplementary. Opposite sides are congruent. Good? Did you have a question? Yeah.
50 and 51 are
Oh,
on the pages.
just don't do them then. They must have been ones that we had on our book pages before and they're